What's up, guys? We are headed to the Yankee Capt on a 4-day adventure. This is going to be slow fish jigging video. We're going to dig into what gear, what jigs, what to bring when going out on a 4-day trip on the Yankee Capt,
and how to fish a rich environment for bottom species.
Don't forget to like and subscribe
and follow us on Instagram.
But first, we're going to stop and grab some key lime pie.
Good. How do you think your key lime pie compares to the rest of the keys?
I mean, I might be biased, but we have gotten it the last 8 years running in marathon.
No
so
kidding.
in marathon, yeah.
Cool. Wait, the last 8 years you've been
number one, yeah. See?
Well, we had one 2 nights ago and we thoroughly enjoyed it. We're gonna put them on a cooler of ice, drive to Key West, give them to the chef on the boat, and he's gonna take them there.
That'd be perfect.
All right,
We good? Thank you so much.
Fill it up.
Grab 5 from
Thank you. Bye-bye. Arriving there, just seeing our friends, you know, the mates that we've known for years, and you know, they're quick to give you a hug or a high five. And then also, it's nice to meet the other anglers right off the bat, because you never know, these guys might have something to offer throughout the trip. Plus, you're gonna spend the next 2 or 3 days with them. So the first thing we do is we load our stuff onto the boat. You get your belongings down in the bunk.
Hey, here we are, 34T, 32T. This is where it all happens. Hey, hey, 34T. Hey now, woo! This is where it all happens. This is where the magic happens.
Right? You get your rods where you want your rods. You get your tackle bag where you want your tackle bag. Don't put your rods on the rail at first. The captain wants them in a rod holder, either up top or at the front of the boat. There's somewhere where you could put them, but he doesn't want rods on the rail. That way he can untie the boat and get on the way without anything being in the way of the mates trying to get hooked up, baby. This thing's got some shoulders.
Traditionally, when we're fishing these trips, we do migrate around the boat. We're able to migrate around the boat, and you'll find yourself fishing from the bow all the way to the stern. Be respectful of other anglers and the space that you have in between yourself and them while you're fishing, and always pay attention to where your line is in the water, as well as the lines that are near you and around you. When someone else is hooked up, it's common for them to be following their fish up or down the rail, and there will also probably be a mate in front of them, moving rods and gaffs out of the way as they're fighting the fish. Absolutely be respectful of those anglers that are hooked up, and do what the mates tell you to do. They will be shouting out instructions and orders, and sometimes it'll be quick, but you definitely want to be on the ball, and things will go more smoothly for you and for everybody else on the boat, and the whole boat will catch more fish.
Oh God, I'm looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So we got on the Yankee Capt and we took a 12-hour ride out to the fishing grounds that we were going to. We were all itching to start fishing because we left at 10 p.m., get there at 10 a.m., and missed our sunrise bite, so we couldn't get to the rail fast enough. And John pulls up a mutton in no time, and then I look behind me and Chris is hooked up
right after John catches his mutton, so I was dying to catch my fish. And I felt it. I felt the tug, started reeling on it. A little concerned, it was coming up really quick. You know, is it gonna be anything good? But I stay on it, treat every fish like it's a good fish.
Bring that boy
scamp
by.
grouper.
I got it on.
If you've caught grouper before, you know scamp grouper are really, really good eating fish.
Yeah.
And they're one of my favorites.
It's a nice little scamp, huh?
I was excited. The jig that I was dropping too was the new flatty Johnny Jigs just got. So I was excited to catch not only my first fish on the jig, but a really, really good one.
Good.
As I was holding the fish, I had two thoughts going through my mind. First was, that's it. Caught the best fish that I can catch on this trip, and it's all downhill from here. Or maybe this is a sign of good things to come.
That's what I'm talking about. PK30 on a good fish.
Because within the next 30 minutes, I was hooked up on a nice red grouper. He came up fighting the whole way through the water column, fighting like a mutton snapper, head shakes the whole time, so that caught me by surprise when he hit the surface. It was nice. Still the same new flatty.
What number are you?
Then, another 30 minutes later, I catch an even bigger red grouper. So the trip was really taking off for day one. I think we were maybe an hour into fishing, and I've got three quality fish on the boat. So I was absolutely excited.
Now for today's
Quick tip. All right, guys, let's talk about jig selection out on the halfway ledge 4-day Ironman trip on the Yankee Capt. What do I bring in my personal jig selection? So let's start with color. The colors that I like to have is gold, red, that are reflective, and also a little bit of glow. For example, like our fire jig, the 150 gram. So it has that holographic tendency as well as it's gold, and it has the red in there, as you can see. Now, there's a few shapes, there's 3 shapes actually that I like the most whenever I'm going out there. The first one being our flatty. This is kind of a staple jig out on the Yankee Capt. It's been very productive out there. A lot of anglers will have this in their bag ready to go. It comes in 160 gram up to 200 gram. I bring all the sizes to make sure that I can cover everything that I need to. It's nice to go down to the 160 gram whenever you could use a lighter jig. It gives your arms a little bit of break, and if you're able to hold bottom, why not? The next jig that I want to talk to you about is our torpedo jig. I'm bringing a lot of these on this trip because we have a new design on our torpedo jig with our new eye design as well as some new colors. I like this jig because it's center weighted, but it also has a nice flutter, and if you thumb your spool, it gets down fast. And the great thing about this jig for us in our selection is that we have it from 150 gram up to 300 grams. So I'll have a wide variety of these jigs in my bag. And then my staple jig that you guys will always see me using is another one that's center weighted. And the thing that I love about this jig is that you could use it in any action, whether you're doing a short pull, long pull, or short fall, long fall, whatever you want to call it. Any action that you do, this jig is less likely to get fouled up on your line. I have very, very few times been fouled up on my line. It has a great flutter and has great hang time as well. So the big question is, how many jigs do I bring on the trip? So I bring about 30 to 35 jigs with me, ranging in size from 150 gram up to 300 gram. It wouldn't be a bad idea to even go up to 400 gram. Depending on what the conditions look like out there, you want to be prepared for every situation. The likelihood of you losing jigs is very good. There's a lot of toothy predators out there, whether it's wahoo, barracuda, sharks, kingfish. All of these fish tend to cut your line off, or if you get snagged on the bottom and can't get it off, you're gonna pop that jig and you're gonna lose it. So I would definitely recommend bringing at least 30 to 35 jigs minimum. You're gonna lose at least 10 of them. And remember, If you have one, you have none. As soon as you lose that one flat bag jig that you love so much that you're killing it on fish and it's gone, now you have 0. But if you have 2, then you have 1 at least. So it's not a bad idea to go ahead and double up, triple up, quadruple up on your favorite jigs and make sure that you have them stocked and in your bag. I have 5 of these in my bag right now. To be continued. Stay tuned for day 2 of our Yankee Capt halfway ledge trip. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You could also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching and jig on.
Stick it right in the camera.
Okay, so this.